All right, update so far what's going on in it's the first thing we did the linebacker crew. We'll talk about it a little bit. I think the guys are running around really good. We're mixing a lot of guys up as far as like the young guys. Not really young, they've been in for a year. You know, Crowd's playing two positions. DJ Lundy's, you know, he's a little nick, but he's back in practice doing some things to walk through. DeMarco Ward, Omar, Graham, and
Blake.
Cam Riley and Blake have all playing like 2 or 3 positions. So we got a good rotation right now. Guys are getting comfortable with each other. The one thing we cannot do is stereotype anybody and just say this is the position he's going to play. Really pleased the way that all of them are getting, you know, as far as communicating, getting along, doing a lot of good things, pushing each other each and every day, which has been tremendous for us. Because the more you can push each other, the better off that you can be, and nobody can feel like they got a job. So the best thing that we always do around there, we're going to play the best guys, but if guys can go in and contribute and help us out, we'll rotate guys like we did last year. And that's our biggest deal. We feel comfortable with the guys so far, but then tomorrow we'll tell a lot more because we got a big scrimmage tomorrow. Guys got to move around and do a lot of good things for us to take that next step. As far as, you know, we just got to keep playing. Right? So, questions?
Cam Riley's played a lot of college ball. What does he bring to the table for you?
Experience. He's a veteran guy. You know, came in August. A veteran guy. June, I'm sorry. A veteran guy, do a lot of good things for us. Big guy, but athletic. He's not just a pure run stopper. He's a guy that can cover. He can come off the edge. He can do a lot of good things for us. So we're excited to have him on the team. And also, you know, he's learning. But you know, when you got a veteran guy, all it is about translating what terminology from one terminology to another, and that's what he's been doing. I'm really pleased at the way he's picking up everything, he's making plays. He had a big interception yesterday for us in practice. He did a tremendous job.
For those guys that are second-year guys like Dustin, Blake, DeMarco, what's the big jump from there from year 1 to year 2?
Just getting better more than anything. It's like they don't make the same mistakes they did last year. So we're a lot better football team than we were. They're very communicating now. Last year they didn't communicate with us. They were nervous, but now they communicate. They're doing all the things to do to help us be a real good defense. But they got to stay at a high standard and keep on pushing themselves.
Cam getting here so late, what were your expectations? Has he met them, exceeded them?
Always the best. Anybody that comes to Florida State, you have to be ready to go. It's not a deal where, well, you know, let's take our time. No, we're going to throw him to the wolves. I mean, he's been going with the ones, he's been going with the twos, and we're going to feed him to him. That's the one thing. When a veteran guy, you got to feed him everything. So he's a guy that can handle it. He's a guy that's excited about it, the opportunity and things like that. He'll come and talk when he has something that's he's not sure about. But if everything he's sure about, he's full speed ahead with it.
With most of the linebackers working at multiple spots through camp, will there come a time where it'll just be one primary position for them?
One thing I learned, you can't do that. You know, numbers. Being in the NFL, you had 5 linebackers in a 4-3 scheme. So you had 3 guys that was going to be a starter. One guy was strictly a special team guy, another guy that played multiple positions. So in college, you can't do that. You got to make sure you play the best guys on the football field. And it may be, 2 outside guys better than the inside guy. Well, you play the 2 outside guys. It's just like last year, we had some packages when y'all seen Fisk play at defensive end. Well, he was our best guy at that particular time. So we're not going to limit nobody on learning and process. We just got to play the best guys. That's why you have to multiply and make sure you use guys at different positions.
When we see guys making some highlight real plays like picking off passes, is it usually because they're executing the scheme, or is it instincts?
Both. Football is when you watch NFL football, you see a lot of older guys still in the league a lot, right? It's because they know formation, they know what plays coming out of those formations. And I think the biggest thing that the guys are learning now is when you make plays, because you notice something, you say, okay, they're just going to run this route again, or here's this running play, you may see a big tackle for loss, because they notice something on the football field. And that's the learning process of being a better team, a better person, better at what you're doing. Because if you just go out and say, I'm going to just run what they call, and don't notice like, okay, this tight end is like 3 feet out, but I'm gonna play run. No, he's 3 feet out because he can throw a pass. So those kind of things that you got to make sure that you understand.
Juice, how's Juice kind of progressed, and what is it about his skill set that
He's doing well. He's doing well. I mean, he's exactly what we thought he was going to be coming out of high school. He was a major league, big time baseball player. To be honest with you, he was the first baseman coming out of high school, and his brother, played basketball at Houston. But he's an athlete that we always like. Played tailback in school, played some wildcat quarterback out of high school. So he's like most of the linebackers that we have on our roster right now. You take Omar, you take DJ Lundy, you take Blake, you take Pryor. Those guys, DeMarco Ward, they all play running back in some way, form, or offense. So you take athletes like that, and you have the mentality of being physical and tough, and you can do a lot of good things with them.
you been pleased with the freshmen that came in? This
Yeah, I forgot about those guys. No, those guys. No. You know what? They're a lot better than they were in the spring. Spring, I say they was like, whoa, whoa. But now those guys are really communicating, having fun. You know, they make their little mistakes, but they're not at the level where the guys at. But they're a lot better than in the spring. You know, we can go in like today, they went with the twos. They went with the threes. They was with the twos. So they got some reps now with the teams working to see if they can handle the pressure, handle, you know, playing against older guys, and see what their mindset is. And that's the only way you can find out now. So we'll find out by film, and tomorrow we'll throw them in there tomorrow.
How much is going up against this offense that there's so much misdirection and things like that help the linebackers get prepared for the season?
It's just football. You know, it's misdirection. Everybody runs into the play. So you got to just make sure your eyes are right and make sure you're doing all the things. And, you know what? You don't try to. One thing we'll never do, we don't game plan our offense in practice. You just got to react and play the scheme and play what you see. And if you can do that, you can play anybody in the country. But now if you go out and scheme and say, okay, this formation, check this, or this, check this, you're not getting better at what you need. We want to make sure our guys can play anything in our base defense, and then we'll blitz, play everything in our blitz defense, and do all the things that need to be done to make some good defense.
When you see guys holding each other accountable, like defensive guys holding offensive guys accountable, just stuff like running off the field, what does that tell you?
Well, you know, most teams that were player-led teams are really good football teams. They're the ones that are probably going to have a chance to win a championship like it was last year. You know, Coach Novell is the leader of this football team. But now when the players get on each other about little things, then it makes it easier for the coaches to make sure we do things we need to do. Okay. I'm done?
Thanks,
All right,
Coach.
appreciate